I prefer official. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Roba.
Hello everyone, I'm Robert or Roba. I prefer a mixture of casual and sometimes official.
Thank you so much, Roba. Rogers? I don't know if Rogers can hear us. All right. I don't know what's going on, but I'll go straight to Kemunto. Maybe I'll come back to Rogers. Hi, Rogers.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, my name is Roger Somodo. I'm from Homa Bay.
Sorry, you prefer what?
What official?
Okay, thank you so much. Kemunto? Kemunto, I think you're muted. Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm the one who lost you. All right, so let me go to Vivian as we close that session.
Hello, everyone. I'm Vivian Priscilla. I'd prefer official any day, all day. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Vivian. I'm just hoping I've not locked out anyone from that exercise or from introducing themselves. But I can see some people are having an issue with their audio, but we'll hand it over to Jolie, but please feel free to tell us how your day has been and how you're feeling on the chat box. Thank you so much for that opportunity to do the introduction session. So straight to Jolie.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's session. So generally today we shall be having a roundtable discussion, and the roundtable discussion will just focus on financial crisis. We know that financial crisis is one of the common causes, or rather a leading cause to mental health problems among young people. So today we decided to host you young people to do a roundtable discussion, like just give you the opportunity to share some of the challenges you've had, some of your achievements, some of the businesses you've ventured into during this COVID-19. So to begin with, Maureen will take us to breakout rooms, and in the breakout rooms, we shall discuss on, we shall be looking at some of the financial challenges, or why we are experiencing financial challenges as young people. So Maureen, kindly, if you could do that, then I'll type the question on the chat box as we head in the breakout rooms.
I'm so sorry for laughing, but I'm going to put you in the breakout rooms just now. I'll just do like.
So when you get the request to join a breakout room, kindly do so. Then I'll do the typing of the question in the breakout rooms. So in each breakout room, we shall answer like, why are so many people experiencing so many young people experiencing financial constraints? Then in that group, we shall have a presenter. So like every person shall like in your groups, you agree on who shall do the presentation. It will just be a brief one for like 5 minutes only. Okay. Shall be sending you into breakout rooms shortly.
Have we gotten an invitation to enter into the breakout rooms?
Yeah, personally, I've gotten one. So when you get like an invitation, just click on join.
Rogers, your breakout room is number 1. I don't know if you've seen the invitation together with David and Kemunto. Rita, your room is number 2. Grace, your room is number 3. I don't know if you guys are seeing the invitation. David, have you accessed a room together with Rita? Hello, Michael. Oh,
Sorry, I need to change that name.
nashangaa. Ulienda wapi?
Laptop yangu imezima.
Very pole.
Somebody who's not in the breakout room.
Yeah, David. I'm wondering kama he was not able to access them. David, can you hear us?
I don't think so.
You can operate the the breakouts. Tutazistop watu wakimaliza discussion.
What time did you start?
Like 2 minutes ago.
Okay, let's do like up to what time? 8:05.
Yeah.
Okay. How much? 35 is going to go.
When wafanya discussions up to what time?
8:05, so that we close.
Na nini? Present?
I think if we give each group 2 minutes, 2 minutes. So by 8:10 we are done. Yeah.
Let me join. Raymond is inviting me to room 3. Let me join it.
All right.
Maureen?
Yeah.
Nimeona Jolly ako huko na Raymond ako 1. I think 2 ndio haina one of us. Unaweza niweka kwa 2.
Auko assigned? I think you're assigned.
Ndio nasema, is it possible uniweke kwa 2? Jolly ana control 3 na Raymond ako 1. 2
Sawa, acha nikuweke.
haina one of us. Sawa.
Umerudisha huku na hiyo nayo.
I hope you had finished the discussion.
Tunapambana.
Okay. But because of time, maybe we could. I'm seeing Ima saying that from 2, people did not discuss, but maybe we could hear from group 1 what they did and what they thought is causing so much financial constraints, especially during this period. So, group 1.
Hi.
Hi, Leah.
Yeah, my name is Leah and I'm presenting for group 1. So point 1 for us was response ya government, the framework that government imeweka after the hit COVID wave of COVID-19. Tumeona wase wame lose job na pia businesses zimekuwa restrained. That means that people are working less hours compared to the old times. And then pia hiyo masaa ya wase wanang'ang'ania na kufika home before washikwe na curfew because seme kuna watu walikuwa na work overnight as they walikuwa wana work overnight on their night shift. So meaning these guys used to work at night to earn their income. So right now hakuna running activities at night, meaning no income for such families. Another thing is among young people, kuna peer influence where kuna watu wanataka ku live beyond their means. Yeah, example ilipeanwa ni kama mse anataka, I think sana social media tunataka kukaa kaa vile maceleb wanakaa. And then another thing was raised taxes, which zimefanya goods and services zipande. So at most unapata even a mere hawker alikuwa na earn 200, but right now 200 cannot meet the needs of a family for even a day. Yeah, ni hizo tu.
So tukiongeza kulikuwa na point moja ya young people wanajieka kwa class fulani, wanasema kuna biza hawezi fanya. For example, mtu ametoka high school, kuna msichana anataka kumchapa support amfungulie shop, but huyu young person anaona yeye hawezi fanya job ya shop juu amesoma. So kuko na wale watu wenye wana choose what kind of business to do kwa sababu wana feel class yao haiwa allow kufanya biashara zingine.
Good job, group 1. So what we are getting is loss of jobs because of the restraining orders of the government. Businesses have been affected, curfews, especially what when you're not in the overnight, peer influence, guys are living beyond their means, which is very true, especially in a social media, raise taxes and hiyo kupata kufanya biz. Kazi ni kazi, but some people want to choose the job. So I'll go straight to group 3, maybe, and then we can hear from maybe 2 people from group 2. Group 3.
Okay, so unfortunately for group 3, no one was willing to present, so I just have to present for them. So some of the reasons that came up, there was most jobs need a lot of experiences. Sometimes unapata unataka ku-apply job, unaona iko na 3 years experience, maybe umetoka tu kampo and hauna hiyo experience. So there's that, the most jobs need a lot of experience. Then there's inability to take risks. Most of the youths nowadays are not willing to take risks. Unapata mtu anafikiria tu akiweka capital fulani mahali, maybe kwa busy ya mtush, itanini tu, ita pick up like haraka, like hataki kustruggle hiyo kutafuta clients na nini na nini. So kuna hiyo inability ya kutake risks. Alafu pia most youths nowadays like shortcuts on how to do things. Like utaki kupitia hizo processes za unajua ukianzanga, of course a business unakuanga na losses sometimes. So most youths unapata wanafikiria like ukianza tu hivi profit inaanza kukuja tu haraka haraka. So kuna hiyo shortcut, unataka tu yani ufike tu huko juu haraka, business yako excel. Alafu kuna pia lack of job opportunities. Hiyo imekuanga tumekuwa tukicomplain now and then. Then there's lack of mentors to guide them through on the saving modes when the money is flowing. So unapata you as a young person, maybe una earn some little money, but since you don't know how to save, or rather hauna mtu wa kuku-mentor on how to save, unapata uta struggle, you won't save that money. Unapata umetumia pesa, maybe ulipata pesa ukaamua wacha hii weekend niende out, next week hauna pesa hata ya food or something. So kuna hiyo lack of mentors na lack of pia kujua story ya kusave. Then there's lack of proper planning, especially with finances. Ndio ile unapata kama hata hii period 2 ya COVID for example, of course maybe ulikuwa na earn mshahara ama kuna kadoka alikuwa kana come, but since you didn't save up, kahiccup kakakuja, most youths lost their jobs. So in that scenario, you didn't plan your finances well. Unapata hata una like aka savings ya kunini ya kutumia, pesa yako tu iliisha tu, hakuna backup yote. Unapata ulikuwa umehama, sasa unaamua unarudi home. So yes, there's that lack of proper planning, especially when it comes to finances. Then lack of experience in the job opportunities. Most young people hawapewi opportunity. So hata kabla apate experience inakuwa pia tricky. Na hiyo inamfanya na struggle sana financially. Then there's lack of proper management skills, like financial management skills. Mayouth wengi hawajui how to manage their finances, and I think it's important kukuwe na hizo like lessons of financial management skills. So that is what we gathered from group 3.
Thank you so much, group 3. Hiyo ilikuwa a really extensive discussion. Most jobs need a lot of experience, which is, it's quite unfortunate that after job tunaulizwa 5 years experience, and most of the time najiulizanga, so where are we supposed to get the experience, especially when you're just a fresh graduate? Inability to take risks, being very comfortable in your comfort zone, wanting shortcuts, lack of job opportunities, lack of savings, lack of mentors, lack of proper management, and lack of proper planning. Sorry. Maybe we could hear briefly from group 2, then we close. Just 1-2 people, what thoughts you had, even though you did discuss. Who was in group 2?
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Robert from group 2. Yeah.
Thank you, Robert.
I think, yeah, just to add on what the other groups have presented, pia tunaweza ongeza ni maybe starting capital for the youth who may probably have startups, ideas of startup, but whatever capital is needed versus whatever they have zinaweza kosa kumatch. So maybe majority of the businesses zenye wako nazo zinaweza kosa pick up as they think or as they could wish. Alafu another thing pia ni not many youths wako na scalable business ideas, like from how can it start small to big, like kuna hiyo shortcut, like one of the group has said, like people want quick money or vile ita develop haraka. So maybe pia hiyo lack of patience or mentors who are sure that it takes time. And also pia ningesema pia kuogopa kufail, like I think young people hawajakuwa na hiyo culture ya kustart kitu tena ifail tena kuongeza, like failure ina crush a lot of young people. It keeps them wanna shy away from venturing into their own business paths ama kitu kama hiyo. So like if maybe kwa solution, if it can be cultivated among the youth, it's okay to start and fail, or to start and to pick up slowly, and eventually get where you dream where you dream your business or job opportunity or career to be. So hiyo ndo kitu mimi naweza ongezea tu. Thank you.
So amazing, Robert. I really love those points, that starting capital for young people sometimes inakuanga hard kukuwa na starting capital, and also just that motivation to keep your business sustainable is also tricky, and fear of failure. Most of it, I don't think as human beings we can avoid failure. That's not something that we can avoid, but failure is not actually the problem. The problem is actually how we bounce back from failure. But failure is inevitable. I also have one more point to add, that I think there is a very, very big problem with our education system, because we are just taught in school about academics, but most of the time we will not be taught about life skills, entrepreneurial skills. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that name, and other skills in life. I just think that there is a very big gap in our education system, and I'm hoping that the new CBC will be able to look into that. We are not nurturing people's talents, and we are not encouraging them to actually use them, and that's something that can be really profitable in future. So thank you so much for that. You guys did amazing. And because of time, I'll just hand it over to Jolie to take us to the next session. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, guys, for the awesome interaction. So moving on, we have a few questions that will guide our roundtable discussion. So this time we open the floor to you guys who are here with us, the participants. And the first question that I will ask the young people here, the youth here. So what are some of the common financial issues that young people face today? So what are some of the common financial issues that young people face today? So we've opened the floor to you guys, and we hope that you guys will share. Feel free to put in the chat box, and feel free to just unmute yourself and share. Like, what are some of the common financial issues that young people face today? And as I say today, in this era of COVID, what are some of the common financial issues that young people are facing today?
Hi, once again. I think one of the financial issues youths face today mostly is impulse buying, impulse expenditure, just spending anyhowly without having a budget on something, or thinking of, if I use this for this, is it worth it, or it's just going to drain my accounts without proper planning for it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Vivian. Yes, Vivian has said that there's impulse buying, like you've not budgeted for something and you come across maybe a cloth and you decide you just want to buy it without budgeting. So yeah, that is one of the financial issue. Anyone else?
Jolie, I'd also like to contribute to that. I also think another financial issue that we are facing is, especially now with mobile borrowing or loans. I mean, we are borrowing too much, and at the same time, we don't know how we are going to pay that back. Especially, I don't know if Tala is still there, but like the borrowing is just too much, and we are not, but the payment is too little. So we are paying too much, but we're not paying back. Yeah, so most of the time tunajipata CRB. Yeah.
Yes, I agree with Maureen. There's also the issue of loaning without thinking about where will you get the money to pay the loan back. So yes, there's the issue of online borrowing, including the very many loaning apps that I've come across. Thank you, Maureen. Anyone else? Oh, I can see Antonia said, most people have lost their jobs during this COVID-19 period, and that has affected so many youths. So I think job loss is also one of the common financial issue affecting young people. And then there's Jimmy who says, as youths, we rarely think about the savings part and specific financial goals. And I agree, when we shared the first part during the breakout session, the issue of savings came up. Like most youths don't know how to save, or rather don't have mentors who can guide them through the savings part. Eric says limited financial literacy. Most youths don't understand how loans, especially work and investment in credit societies. Maybe Eric, you could share more, especially in the credit societies, like elaborate for other people to understand.
Okay, credit societies ni SACCOs. So when you join a SACCO, you contribute a certain amount of benefit, and at the end of the year, unapata dividends. And at the same time, you are able to access loans which are very low interest rates. Kama hizo banks, retailers, those loans are interest kubwa, I think 10% per annum. So that is very little. Lakini sasa hii knowledge si watu wengi wanayo, realize watu wengi wanapenda easily accessible. And such like hizo mobile loans. At the end of the day, it's important to invest early. Hata ile profit unapata ile profit na ile interest to accrue or that's so doing some books, getting knowledge, reading books, using the money wisely. End of the day, end of the year,
Eric, ongeza volume kidogo, tuna struggle kusikia.
Mnanisikia sasa? Anza wapi kama hiyo tulikuwa nimesema before?
Eric toka kwa rally.
Niko hapa nje.
Uko mahali penye kuko na so much background noise, sauti yako inamezwa.
Sasa nilikuwa nasema, unanisikia sasa?
Kidogo.
Nilikuwa nasema SACCOs, credit societies and SACCOs, short. So when you join these organizations, you are able to get finances which are very affordable compared to these mobile loans like Natala, Branch. Bado interest rates zao ziko very low. So unaweza join SACCO na unapata pesa per month, and at the end of the year unapatiwa dividends. Dividends ni kama some part of kama shares. So depending on amount of umekuwa ukicontribute, unapata some amount at the end of the year. So na bado unapata loans which are very much cheaper compared to hizi zingine. Zao ziko chini sana na payments options zao pia ni have a long time to pay them back. Na vile vile hizi loans zingine ukichukua na invest kwa biashara unapata the interest itself in ile biashara. So I think sana progress hii kama tulikuwa na watu wanaweza kupata hii kama tu mahali kama common knowledge inaweza saidia sana youth.
Okay, thank you, Eric. I think Eric generally ameongea story ya kujoin societies. Societies in the sense that kuna ile you save in a society, then at the end of the year unapatiwa dividends zako. Easy kujoin circles like youth now wanafaa wapatiwe hiyo information ya joining circles and being able to save, and at the end of the year getting some dividends, like getting somewhere they can put their money. Naona Kaudenshi hapa anasema lack of knowledge on how to spend. Once youths get some cash, they feel rich and hence they use the money without thinking. In short, they don't pre-budget, they budget after they are done using the money. They start tracking how they spent it. And then Jimmy says again, most youths are trying to survive, rarely having a surplus. Wanatamani tu kila kitu, kladi, ndula, kupelekana date, dunda, and such stuffs. In the end, a youth rarely has a financial plan. In short, money is scarce. Yes, I agree. Then there's finding the balance on wants and needs is an issue to many youths, especially now that peer pressure iko juu and tunataka to live the good life and at the same time to afford the basic life. And to add on what Doreen has said, in terms of balancing wants and needs, sometimes unaingia kwa social media, unaona msee ameng'ara, unafikiria yeye ako tu na pesa na unataka kulive kama yeye, not knowing that that person might have saved their money behind your back, ile yenye atuonyeshi ya amesave akanunua. Wewe juu unataka kumfanana, umepata tu pesa kidogo hivi pap, ushaanza kununua nguo ama umeshaanza kuenda places fancy yet haujaibajetia vizuri. So there is the issue of balancing wants and needs. There's the issue of like wanting everything at the same time. You want clothes, you want to go for dates, you want to go for a trip without proper planning. There's also the issue of lack of budgeting. Like you have money, then once that money comes, umeshaanza kuitumia without even budgeting, like kuweka kando pesa ya food, pesa ya rent, pesa ya mahitaji ndogo ndogo. So unaanza tu kutumia, afterwards ndio sasa after umeshatumia hiyo do ndo unaanza kurealize haya sikukuwa nimeweka pesa kando ya food, pesa kando ya maybe cost ya kutravel, ya transport. Yes, so Raymond, I can see your hand up.
Mimi I want to have problems za kuharibu pesa, because ile shida niko nayo ni hii pesa sina. Unaona? So if I had money to impulse buy, if I had money to kwenda sherehe, you are getting what I'm saying. The main problem is even before tufike hii place, watu wanaharibu, watu wanafanya nini na pesa, is hii pesa iko wapi? So if we deal na history ya where is this money, then now I think kuko na watu wako at different levels. Sitaki kuassume. Kuna wale watu wenye wako na pesa ni kuharibu wanaharibu. Then kuna wale wenye wako kwa chama yangu, kanisa yangu, hiyo pesa ya kuharibu pia hatuna. Tunataka hata sisi pia tupige picha Instagram, lakini hiyo pesa hata ya kupiga hiyo picha Instagram hakuna. So also where are the sources of this money? Where can we get this money? And then I guess now then the next level will be, wewe mwenye uko na pesa, how now do you manage your money? But you can't manage something you do not have. Something I've learned ni ati mtu anakuwaga pro sana kwa hizi vitu wakati hauna. When you don't have money, unakuwaga na very good plans. This thing happens to all of us. Unakuwaga na this, nikipata do nitafanya. Let money land on your hand. Inaendaga tu. Why? I don't know. maybe it's because le labda unapanga vitu, you know, unaishi kwa hii fantasy land where you just think that once money comes you will forget all the bills, forget all the madeni uko nazo, because like sometimes money lands kwa mkono yako, then ukilipa madeni zote unapata the only one uko nayo ni ya kununua lollipop ama kununua mandizi pale kwa barabara ujipikie moyo wa asanti, alafu uangalie M-Pesa balance yako, uko unajua some money came into my M-Pesa but huwezi ona what it is doing. So that's what I wanted to say.
Okay, thank you, Raymond. So I'll go through the ones in the chat box once again, then we can move on to question 2. Doreen says, I think Doreen shares the same sentiment with you. Like kuna other ones who have good and productive ideas, but sasa hakuna do, like sources of money. You have ideas, but you have no source of money. They can't finance the ideas. Then Eric adds, something else that may cause bad financial decisions ni lack of planning kwa biashara. There's a concept known as human-centered design, which is basically finding out what is lacking in the market from individuals and then filling that gap. Most people just try to copy what other people are doing without much research. And that I also agree. Then Maureen adds, there's lack of youth empowerment. I also agree with you guys on all that you've shared. At the end of the session, we shall have like a breakdown of everything we shared. I think we can move on to question 2. We might not have exhausted your question 1 vizuri, junajua reasons ni mob, but tunaangalia pia time. So on question 2, now here is where we expect wale watu mko hapa mtashare. So what are you doing or are young people doing differently to cope with the financial issues? The financial issues that you shared. What are young people doing differently, or what can young people do differently so that they can cope with the financial issues challenges? I throw the ball to you guys again.
I am not so young, but hata nijieke hapo kwa young people. So what am I doing? Mimi ni mtu wa vitu mingi. So like for me, mtu akiniuliza what do you do? Mimi mwambia that's the wrong question. The right question is what don't I do? Ukitaka plumber, nitaingia kwa nyumba, nitoe hizo ma tools za kutengeneza maji na nitapambana na hiyo maji. Ukitaka fundi wa stima, nitakuja na pliers na whatever ile nini tester, nipambane. Ukisema unataka mtu wa kufundisha watu kulima, nitaenda kwa Google, nitaenda YouTube, nitajifundisha kulima. Na nikikuja kwa hiyo session utaona ni mkulima hodari. As in, how are we taking care of the opportunities presented? Because many people let opportunities pass kwa sababu like the person who said in our group anasema that's not what I'm qualified for, that's not what I started in campus, that's not my passion, sijui nini. No money comes, inasema hii ni kazi ya kufungua sewage, ati ni pesa ya kufungua sewage. So like thao ya kufungua sewage na thao ya ofisi zinakaa tofauti, pesa ni ile ile. So what are the skills? Mimi upenda sana kusoma. One of my hobbies is kusoma, adding skills. So I have so many things kwa hii kichwa yangu. Even sometimes Julian ananiulizaga we ni nini hujui. Like I have so many information kwa hii kichwa yangu, mpaka zingine unashindagwa hizi utatumia wapi. But as long as iko pale kwa kichwa, the things just fit in. So I build my skills. Kuko na a lot of online free capacity building trainings zenye huwa zina happen. So the only thing you need to kupanga nayo ni either kukuwa na bundles na time. Like I just applied for a capacity building, story transcription na captioning. Nilijaribu tu like wacha nione ka ita work. Suddenly nika accepted, so we went through like a whole 2 weeks of training, and right now occasionally narushiwa go job. Unaget? So kuna some earning that I make hapa kando. Then I also have a business yenye nimeka mali naishi. So hizi vitu zingine, I'm married, so wife yangu ndo huwa ana operate the business that iko pale. So unaget wakati pande moja imesota, kuna hii side nyingine yenye rescue inakuja. So if you have, we need to diversify portfolio. It is important that ukue na inaitwa nini, ukue specialized. But in Kenya, specialization really pays. Because if mimi ni specialist wa udaktari alafu nikuwe retrenched na kuna watu wanaandika job madaktari, so what do I do? Itabidi niingie farming ama nitafute kitu kingine. So if you can start having at least 2 or 3 sources of income that you can concentrate on, uko na ile major, then at least uko na ile yenye tunaitaga moonlighting ama side hustle, alafu uko na somewhere else where you know if the main and the side does not work, there is some money that is coming in. I'm also thinking about ingia kwa money market where your money just works for you. Of course, returns see high. So what you do is you put money there, then somebody manage the money, then you earn some few coins. Venye Eric alikuwa anasema story ya sacco, so you have dividends. So at least having different revenue streams for inasaidia rather than just having one. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Raymond. Jimmy, niliona ulinua mkono. Would you love to share? Jimmy, if you're hearing me. Okay, anyone else who wants to share? Raymond amesema a story, of course, youth being the diversification of your skills, in alafu pia kukua flexible, like being a jack of all trades. Ukitaka afanye plumbing atafanya, ukitaka afanye painting atafanya. So ni kuangalia pia kuuse opportunities zenye ziko out there, because right now YouTube has so many free skills capacity building sessions zenye you can register in and just try to enhance skills zako as a person or find a new skill hapo ya kufanya, and hiyo itakusaidia uweze cope during this hard time. Jimmy? Okay, I think Jimmy tulimpoteza kidogo. Anyone else? Like, what can young people do to cope, or what are you doing differently as a person to cope during this period?
Naweza ongeza to what Raymond has shared on the point ya kuongeza your knowledge and skills. It is very true. There is a lot of information and resources that we can use out here. Hii technology imekuja kutusaidia sana. For example, I'm currently doing digital marketing consultancy, and I'm also a social media strategist. And it's because I realized I love to train, I love to teach. That is what consultancy is about. But this was a new field that I literally had no information on. So nikaanza kufanya short courses, na kuna so many courses now teaching all these things about how to use digital opportunities for your business. And after learning these skills, I started a business, and I have gotten several clients to do consultancy for wengine because they are much older. They might not know how to use social media platforms, so they need you to start and manage their social media platforms. And hii ni kitu sisi kama youth ni very easy, like tuna postingi ka Facebook post na Instagram post kama nataka kusema kama ujinga but to us it's very easy, but there are people who are not able to do this, and that is a very, very big platform right now and job opportunities for youth. And it might not take much. All you need is to learn, to brand yourself, to know how to present yourself. If it needs you to do training, know how to do public speaking. And again, all these skills are available online. So being able to sometimes sacrifice maybe all the things that you'd want to do to add some more education is very, very important. Na inagoing a very, very long way. Na just like Raymond has shared, kama yeye, kuna siku labda hii haitaleta pesa, but hii italeta kuza kuna skills mob. So mi naeza advocate that as much as learning is not fun, masomo kuna venye inakuanga not very interesting, but it's really, really helpful. Inasaidia in one way or another. So that is currently what I am doing. And I am hoping to grow my company to even bigger and bigger, because right now there are very many digital opportunities available for businesses and even for us. Because sometimes you normally think that you can only succeed in business and know how to advertise when you get a hold of an influencer. Someone who has a very big following and they post. But you can also grow your business from scratch. Na pole pole also know how to advertise yourself well, because some of the time getting these influencers is very, very expensive. Their charges are very, very high. So with the right, and all this information is available at in YouTube and such platforms. So yeah, that is what I am currently doing and hoping to grow and become better. Another thing I'd really advocate for us youth ni tujijue. Tujijue, know your strengths and know your weaknesses. Like for me, consultancy works well for me because I love teaching. I used to think I hated teaching, but clearly I am learning that I am loving teaching, and that is why I would really love to grow in this field and any other training fields. So tujijue, we know our strengths, we know our weaknesses, so that we know what to avoid and what to grow in, to grow ourselves in. Yeah, that is what I can share I am doing right now.
Thank you, Immaculate. And I love the last part, like just someone knowing yourself, knowing which area works for you, knowing your strengths, knowing your weaknesses is very important. I'll read some of the needs that have been raised in the chat box, then we can continue. Eric says there is enhancing your skills and knowledge. That, just as Raymond said, then Immaculate backed up, it's important to enhance your skills. Always try to constantly improve. Your time uko unemployed, do something else that builds you as a person. Caudentia agrees with Raymond. I have the same thoughts with Raymond. Just relying on your salary is kind of tricky, especially last year. Watu wengi sana wali realize relying on salary is very tricky because so many people got retrenched. Wengine waka lose 2 jobs all of a sudden. COVID tu ilikick tu hivi. Hakuna pesa enough ya sustain every staff. So some people had to be laid off. Then Anthony says, I used to bet and I saw I was losing more than I was winning. So I stopped. Or if you have to bet, don't pull all your money into betting, because I realized that youths cannot stop betting. So yes, that is an advice that the youths here should take. As you bet, when you start losing, usiweke pesa yako yote hapo ya betting. So anyone else, before I invite Raymond to take us through the next session?
Jolie, maybe
yes,
I would really love to add to what Immaculate and Raymond has said. And for me, I think just know what works for you. There are people who are thriving in their careers, what they studied in school, and there are people who are thriving in the hustle world and businesses. So just know what works for you. It does not mean that in this country that career doesn't pay. Actually, some people are starting from scratch in their careers and they are building themselves to the top. So for me, it's just that patience. Like, do you have that patience? And as much as we are saying, don't rely on your salary, as you're doing that, also try to see how you can also open a side hustle, if that means that your education is working for you or what, with the same skills that you learned in school. So for me, I know there are people who are still thriving, who have gone to school and they're thriving in their careers and in whatever they did, and they have their side practices on the same. So not to say that we neglect fully what we did in school. If it's something that you loved and if it's something you really, really loved, build that skill. And we are 20, 25 or 30. It does not mean by 25 or umemaliza kampo last year, by leo your skill imekuwa, as in by leo unafaa kulipwa 120,000 whatever money we look forward to. But just trying to build that skill to the level that you would want. It takes time. Just try and build it. For me, I'm just encouraging those people who are in school, and also those people who really like their careers can work for them. It can still work. I believe in that, because for me right now, I am actually building on skills that I learned in school. So yeah, I just believe that that can also work when you build on it, and when you do consultancies or whatever side hustle you would like to do with your career. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Maureen. I think whatever Maureen has shared is a build up on what Raymond and Immaculate said. Like, just build up on other skills and build up also on your skill that you're best in, to try kutafuta pesa hapa nje. Whatever skill you have, just build on it, and also be patient, because hawa watu wengi wenye walisha excel, if you try to look at their history, they didn't just excel at ile tu pap. Of course, they struggle on the way. Of course, they had ups and downs on the way. The problem is that most youths, sisi tunataka tu like the end product, but hatutaki the struggle in between. So it's important to be patient and be ready to like acknowledge that there is struggle in between, and that you just won't succeed hivyo tu. Kila mahali
Jolie,
you have to work for it.
I'm so sorry, I also forgot to say that as you do that, also look for mentors or people who have succeeded in this, and people who can guide you. That thing helps a lot. Yeah.
So as I finish, then I welcome Raymond. I'll just read out what Kemunto has said. COVID-19 crisis, lockdown, and everything must have caused a very big impact on many people, different classes. I think it's wise for you to always find something to do. Use social media wisely, learn from people, engage in different activities. She says, I sew mats, crochet, ponchos, bikinis, cardigans. This is something I ventured into this COVID-19, and I'm also a full-time student. So yes, during this period, try find something that works for you, that you can venture in differently aside from your normal like routine. Of course, if you have a 9-to-5 job, try find, because sahi watu wengi wana work from home. You can use that time to find a side hustle that works for you. Before I invite Raymond, Vivian wanted to say something. Then Raymond, you can take over because time is not on our side. Yes, Vivian.
Real quick one, on how to go about on all this. One, you really need to plan ahead. You really need to plan yourself so that the likes of maybe if a risk comes in the middle, you know how to go about it. And don't be scared to go big. Don't be scared to go big. Know your limits, know how to go about your expenditures, know how to risk manage yourself or the business or you'll want to venture in. And to on top of that all, you could venture into insurance. I mean, you can work with your bank hand in hand, and they can help you establish something, and you can be able to access credit at any time. And it also help you to maintain your credit scores as you go on. When you're having a plan on something, don't make it a short term, make it long term, and you'll surprise yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Raymond. The floor is on you.
The floor is on me. You want to kill me?
Floor ni yako.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So Minta, swali yangu iko hivi. Oh, sorry, for those people who do not speak French, let me speak in English. My question, I will frame it this way. Who are in business? And if you are not in business, why are you not in business? So tuanzie hapo. Kwa wale wenye kizungu inapitaga left kama mimi, wale wenye wako wale wenye wako kwa biashara, tuambieni, as in share a bit of your experience. Wale wenye hawako kwa biashara, kwa nini hauko kwa biashara? So naona Kemuto anasema pia anauza mtush na nguo mpya. So wale watu wenye mnapenda manguo, mmeona nani anauza? Yes, Kemuto, tuambie, tell us more. Tunakusikia. Kemuto, the floor is yours. Network yako ni kama inawachilia. Yes.
Raymond.
Yes, Rashid. Tukingoja Kemuto atafute network. Ni Rashid alikuwa anaongea? Kuna mtu ameniita. So can you do this? Can you lift your hand? Alafu ndio nijue nani napati opportunity. Yes, Jolie, karibu.
For me, I can share an experience. I once was selling bags, and I realized that one of the thing is that ukiweka friendship kwa biashara yako, most likely your biashara will go down. And also something else is that when you're always like in your business, unapea watu credits, like ulipwi full amount. Most times itakuwa hasara. Na pia ile mtu akichukua kitu bila kukulipa, not necessarily at a full amount, like bila kukulipa. A scenario is this, maybe I'm selling a bag at 3,500, then nikuzie hiyo bag, maybe unilipe 1,000, nisha kupatia kibeti already. So probability of you like giving me that full amount itakuwa ngumu because already you have the product. So one of the lessons that I learned from that is that hata mtu akikulipa, of course kuna ile unalipwa na installments, but have that bag, mtu amalize kwanza kulipa, kumake payment ya hiyo bag fully ndo mpatie. Not that amelipa 1,000 achukue bag, because mtasumbuana. Kuna ile design utasumbuana na mse hata 3 months, and at the end of the day you realize when that money comes already ile kitu ulikuwa unataka kuifanyia hautaifanyia because imekuja pole pole. And sometimes business needs a lot of capital to buy products nyingi at a go, then unaziuza ile hata ukiziuza na like deni haitakuwa risk. But ya kubai pia, another thing pia nilikuwa ninabaingi maybe 3, maybe 2, hiyo profit haikuji vizuri. So another lesson from that is that just save enough amount, buy many products at a go, ndio hata ukilipwa pole pole hauendi hasara, because already you have many products still to sell. Yes.
Thank you so much, Jolie. Naona Doreen ameomba apologies, anaingia kwa another meeting, so tuna appreciate Benjamin to join. Tony anasema, I'm not in business. I lost a lot of money in business. I had started years back and I had partnered with a family member, and he ended up giving out on credit a huge chunk of, and it affected me a lot until today. When I think of starting another business, it triggers the unhealed wounds. Yes, also that happens. So there kuna reasons kwa nini watu hawafanyi biashara, and this is one of them. If you start a business and it tanks, kuna wale watu wanasemaga if you fall, unaamuka unaendelea. Kuna mtu anaangukaga anaishi hapo chini mali alianguka, si ndio? Ukianguka unaamka, una dust off, unaendelea. So what am I saying? You learn. Business may fail. So like right now, we should identify what were the issues. The partner was the wrong partner. Then this was the wrong type of way to do business, just like Jolie amesema, kuna vitu in credit, alafu pia kuingiza urafiki sana kwa biashara. Then you learn. Now the next time ukifanya biashara, if you repeat the same mistakes, then that means haujakuwa na learning. So Vivian, karibu, tell us something. I think umeinua mkono.
In business, yes, I am in business, and I have gone down a couple of times, especially this time of COVID. And one thing I learned big time with business, it's not even the lending or the credit or the whatever's, but don't you dare do business with family. Don't. You'll have no control over. Whatever happens will happen, and yeah, things will happen that will not go good with you. So if you're doing your business, do your business. Yes.
So thank you very much, Vivian, for sharing. Guys, if you want to talk, please, mkono nitakupatia opportunity uonge, alafu so that tuende na kitu inaitwa French wanasemaga mutaratara. Sawa, kuko na learnings za not doing business with family, because what do you do to family if mtu amekumes? Like that is where malishi inakuaga. What do I do to you ukinipeleka vibaya? You see, mtu wa dunia, wacha tuite watu wa dunia outside the family, hiyo mtu mnaweza pelekana, mnaweza pandana juu kama kumbe siku ya mvua, mpaka kama ni pesa mtu alikuwa amekula yako arudishe, unaweza pelekana. Lakini sasa familia, so for example kama mimi vile nafanya biashara yangu inaraniwa na wife, what happens if something happens? Do I divorce jusa pesa because una get, kama ni brother, kama ni sister, kama ni mama, what do you do? Immaculate lukumenua mkono, nilikuwa nimeona before uweke mkono yako chini. I'm very keen, tuambie kitu.
Sasa Asante. So mi nilikuwa nataka kuongeza point ya branding. I've come to realize branding is very important. And when I talk about branding, it's not necessarily branding ya logo ama vitu kama hizo, the big things we think about when we hear branding. Branding in terms of just how you carry yourself, what people feel when they interact with you. And it comes to as little things as how you talk, how you dress, how you respond to things can make a person want to interact with you or not, can make a person give you business or not. Na kuna kitu nimekam ku learn that's also important in business, na ni kitu pia ina applying in general life. Ujue core values zako, na hizo ndo unafaa uapply kila mahali across all platforms. That is what will make you magnetic. Just how you carry out yourself can change everything. Most of us youths tunakuanga na very, very good ideas, but venye huwa tunajihandle inaweza fanya mtu akose kukupatia biashara. Either because tunaweza kosa kushindwa ku-communicate vizuri, kujipresent vizuri, because and sometimes kwa hii biashara, like in business, unaweza kosa hata kujua kenye unafanya, but how confident you are, how you are carrying out yourself, how you are showing this person that you can deliver might be everything, and that might be what will make them give you that opportunity. So the first thing is we need to believe in ourselves, because I'm sure every one of us here have a skill that we can do, whether it's from our educational background, whether it's a hobby, whether it's an interest, there's something that we can do. But most of the time, what tunajidunisha, we don't believe in ourselves. We do not have confidence in what we can do. Trust me, people can fish that out. People can feel it from a distance. So that's the first thing, believe in yourself, and then just do some research on who you are all about and carry that everywhere, because that is now part of your branding. That is what makes some businesses very successful and some not successful, because some of them carry themselves out very, very well, but you may come to realize you interact now personally, they were not even that good. But when walikuwa wamejibrand, it was so good, they always get business. So hiyo ni kitu ingine naweza tu advocate kama youths, tujaribu ku research on, tujaribu ku up our game on, because it's so important venye tunajiportray. That is how people will carry us. How you carry yourself out there is how people will carry you. So if you need to improve on like your talking skills, just try to learn on it. If you need to improve on something, just try to learn on it, because that will really contribute as to how people perceive you, and in turn, how people will maybe give you a job, give you business, something like that.
So asante sana. Kemunto is also saying kwa chat, don't expect profits immediately. Be patient. Learn to associate with your customers. Avoid kupeana debts. Also, account for everything. Money in, money out must be accounted for. This is also very important. There are people who unafungua biashara leo na una expect kuwa millionaire kesho. That's not how the world works. Nobody knows you. Tuanzie tu hapo. So why should people bring you money? So just the patience of being kwa the market. And it takes time. It also takes a lot of resources. Chukulia biashara kama mtoto. I am thankfully a parent. So you don't give birth to a parent today na kesho ana graduate from campus. Ni process. So Mr. Waregi, karibu, tuambie kitu.
Asante sana. Mimi naitwa John Warigi, venye imeandikwa hapo Mr. Warigi. So I am into business. Nafanya business diverse, yani niko kila mahali. But naweza sema the time nilianza kufanya business, I was still in high school. And at that time nilikuwa na supply Marvins za shule, which nilikuwa nimeziweka logo. But that time I was doing business because I wanted to be a big boy kwa gang. Unajua wale watu uko nao unataka wakuone venye wewe ndio the big boy hapo hivyo, ama wewe ndio the big boss venye wanasemanga. So basically wale watu kwa business wengi, especially my youth, unapatanga mtu hayuko kwa business because of a certain reason. The only reason ako hapo ni wase wamuone ako na pesa. And hiyo pia ina contribute so much kwa the crisis yenye tuko nayo, whereby ile pesa inakuja na spend, alafu ile imebaki ndio nataka kusave. Instead ya ni save yenye imebaki ndio ni spend. So maybe hivyo ndio naweza sema.
Thank you very much for sharing. So pia lazima uko na the right reasons kwa nini umeanza biz. Maureen, unainua mkono na naona audio yako bado ina connect. So
I had to log in with another device because I do not know how to raise my hand with my laptop. So yeah, what I wanted to say is to add on what Vivian said. Let me tell you, nimejaribu to give up on what I am currently doing right now so many times. Ile yenye kabisa, I want to quit and just go away and just be away from everyone. I also think that we need to have emotional intelligence when it comes to business, because so much is going to happen. There are going to be a lot of tears, a lot of emotions, and a lot of everything that might and will affect our mental health. So just having that backup of having emotional intelligence is very, very important. There's one thing one of my mentors told me when I told them, last year, I just told them, I just want to quit and maybe focus or look for something else. And it's not the first time I'm quitting on something. I've started so many things and quit because of that. And she said that when a baby soils itself, you don't throw away the baby. Instead, you change their diapers, and it becomes a clean baby. But you don't throw away your baby just because ameharibu napi or ameharibu pampers. You change them. So your business or whatever you're doing is like a baby. It's your baby. And when there are challenges, you don't give up on it. You change and you look for strategies which are going to make it work. And I really, really love Vivian's point, because as young people, we expect that tunaanza business leo 3 months ndio hiyo haijaingiza do, 1 year haijaingiza do, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years bado haijaingiza pesa, then we give up. Even the most successful people, even Jeff Bezos, who is the richest person in the world, they started from somewhere, but they chose not to quit. Your business is your baby, so don't give up on it no matter what. Move with it until the end, and I'm promising you it's going to start. When it starts earning, it starts big. Yeah.
So thank you very much for sharing. It's all about the time that you give the business to mature. The time also that you put into your business. Huwezi kuwa biashara yako unafunguaka taka. Lazima kuwa na consistency. For example, if it is an online business, kuna kwa na ile part kama Facebook ya when is your business open and how soon do you respond to your clients, because kuna biashara zingine unauliza swali, somebody comes back to you after 3 months, then it's like, were you expecting me to just sit and wait for you for a whole 3 months, a whole 90 days before you respond to me? Customers will always move kwa ni nani anajibu haraka. So now I want us to now tufanye laser focus kwa challenges zenye either umeface. Kama uko kwa biashara, let us talk about zile vitu tumeface, wale wenye wako kwa biashara. So what are these challenges zenye tumeface? I see Vivian bado ameinua mkono, sijui kama ni kuteremsha, but since bado mkono yako iko juu, tutaanza na wewe. So straight into the challenges. What are these challenges, and what did you do to overcome that challenge, or what are you planning to do, or do you need help to overcome your challenge in case haujai overcome? So tuingie.
The moment I realized like that I couldn't go about 1 to 3 things, I asked for advices. You ask for advices. You look up to your mentors. If you need to start from scratch again, do it. Yeah, so hata Yesu alianguka na aliinuka. So always strive to be on your feet. However much you're going to struggle or put extra time to it. Thank you.
Asante sana for kutuanzishia stories are our challenges and what to do. So getting somebody to mentor you is very important, or somebody to ask for advice is also very important. Nikingoja the next person ainue mkono kushare the challenges. One of the challenges zenye nimemeet mimi kwa biashara yangu is expenses zangu zina surpass what my business is currently making. So biashara yangu imekuwa iki crash. I think say me crash like 4 or 5 times, because this is what happens. Mimi ni mtu wa vitu mingi, so when revenue stream yangu side moja imekwama, of course the business now will be like my main source of income. And being a family person, of course nini yangu iko juu. So when unatumia pesa hiyo biashara for a whole month, una realize hauna pesa ya kurestock. So also restocking becomes a problem. Na bado biashara haijakuwa in existence. Nilianzisha I think ni January or December last year, so imekuwa haiko for quite, as in it's bado ni mtoto. So I'm putting too much pressure on it that it cannot sustain. So what am I doing about it? I have this process where when the other revenue stream imefufuka, I restock, because like my business is that nile inaitwa a drowning man clutching at a straw. That is my straw. So naiweka nainua because I definitely know my other revenue streams, because sio constant, zitaleta shida. So when I have money from these other revenue streams, na pump hiyo pesa on side ya biashara, so inainuka. So by the time mimi na watoto wangu tunakula biashara, tunaikula, it takes a bit longer before it dies, then biashara, this other revenue stream inaamka. I know that's not the best way to do business, because I'm only supposed to be using the profits. That is what teachers of economy tell us. But you don't eat books, you eat reality. Watoto wangu watalala njaa because ati biashara yangu profit ni ya 50, sawa kule chakula ya 50. Unaget, kuna mali reality, you have to work with the reality. However, I am still working on building the business to get to a point where if it is the main source of income, then it wouldn't crash, it would take care of the family, na bado it take care of itself. Roba, karibu.
Yeah, I just wanted to add on a challenge yenye bado inaweza kuwa challenge, but inaweza kuwa pia challenge. Hiyo ni starting a business legally, or a startup or a company, or ukiamua kuregister something. Like when you're going from one government office to another, you try to register or get the necessary documents and certifications. Like at times inaweza kuwa frustrating, inaweza require a lot of patience, and like inaweza kuwa overwhelming, especially if you are alone trying to go from one office to another. Like it's a challenge, but at the end of the day, the best way to do business ni kuifanya legally na follow hizo process zote. And another challenge ni once you're already registered, there are obligations that come with it, especially kwa vitu kama tax. So siko sure how much youths are educated on taxes, but unapata a lot of people have now hiyo challenge ya try to beat your deadline ya file returns or keep up with the new taxes. You see, like for those young people wenye waliamua venture into online businesses, sai kuna kitu digital tax imekuwa introduced. For those with SMEs kuna hizo minimum tax, na like there's a lot zenye you really have to learn on the job, or you really have to learn on your way as you're trying to do business. Hizo legally, like the permits, renew and all that, zenye if you're not keen na zikukupita, you might be now on the wrong side of the law, or now you have to work through the penalties zenye zina come with the not meeting those deadlines. So I think inaweza kuwa challenge if one asipo look keenly into them, but if you try on your own to educate yourself on which taxes am I supposed to be paying, nafaa kuwa na certificates gani, or how am I supposed to be registered correctly, inaweza kosa kuwa challenge. But if you don't do all that, inaweza kuwa a very huge challenge, and in the end or in the long run itakuwa affect uko mbele when you need to advance, but because you never did something when your business was starting, unajipata hauwezi advance or expand. Yeah, that's my contribution.
So thank you very much for bringing the issue of serikali kwa hii discussion, because this is a personal experience. So I always make sure that I have a business permit, because nime realize that ukiwa yangu sija register, because mimi na serikali lazima ujue venye unaishi na the Kenyan government. So but I go to the sub county and I get a business permit. So it roughly costs me something like 6,500 for a 1 year permit. Lakini pale kwa permit ukiangalia imeandikwa 3,400. So hizo pesa za juu zinaendaga kufanya nini? But that's a story for another day. However, this time nikienda juu ya history ya COVID ikakuwa lazima niende kwa public health, because initially watu wa public health walikuwa wale watu wenye wana deal na food stuff, so watu fruit sellers, wale watu wa hoteli ndio walikuwa wanataka public health. So sahi everybody, hata kama unauza viatu lazima uende uchukue hiyo receipt ya public health, na ni pesa ngapi? 2,000. So mimi in my own capacity, the full Kikuyu in me, hiyo pesa inaniumaga mpaka sahi. That's 2K. You see kwa nimeweka kwa plan. So that means I spent 8,500 to get a 3,400 license. Unaona mali inaniumia. Hiyo pesa ningetafuta stock, and I don't do vitu za chakula. Anyway, Gaudensio pia anasema yeye alitaget a small number of clients, alafu clients wake wote wakanunua products, kukakuwa na any more customers. So inabidi kwanza utafune hiyo pesa yenye uko nayo, alafu sasa inabidi uanze tena. So that's also another challenge, as in who is your target. So sometimes we don't think about what if I succeed. Unajua sengine tunaanza biashara like nataka niko na bags 10, niuze hizi bags 10, then aujui what's the way forward. So una realize 10 bags zimeenda within a week. What next? So lazima kukuwe na something long term. I guess nimemaliza story za chat. I want us to go to the next level. Jolly, karibu.
Ilikuwa pia nataka kusema one of the maybe challenge ama lesson pia yenye I learned as a person is how to separate your personal expenses ama personal finances na your business finances, because most times unapata once you've started getting the flow finances unaanza kuziekea your personal expenses, so it is important to separate the two. Yes.
Thank you very much for that. So I'm hoping that tuko hapa, even those people who are not contributing, tuko hapa because we are learning, because this is the whole point of this session. Now, what are some of the opportunities zenye ziko hapa nje? Because I realize there are also these people who I think should venture into consultancies. There are people who have an eye for opportunities but do not have a hand for business. Then there are those people who have a hand for business but hawaonagi opportunities. So like unaona mtu anakupatia very good story ya vile ameona business opportunity, however execution hajui. So one of the things nilikuwa nataka kuongeza hapa kwa historia ya yenye tumeongelea stories za especially stories za taxes. Tafadhali to involve accountants. Tafuta tu mtu mpatie yake ya macho, atakuexplainia, atakwambia for this kind of business this is what you need to do, this is the deadlines na hizi vitu zote, and then you can always engage them. For example, I have a friend of mine mwenye mua anamjenga like 1K and then ananisort vitu zangu just 1K. Juu ni mse mwenye labda ako employed, hata I need hiyo 1K. Hiyo 1K labda ni ya hiyo airtime, hiyo time, hizo 10 minutes amekaa pale. Then I learn how to do the taxes, ananifunza, so that now I start doing my own taxes. Unage, that's how you save money, because hizi vitu za gava, they are simplifying those platforms. Wanazi simplify because wanajua a lot of people ukiingia mali na kusumbua mara mbili mara tatu, unaweka tax mara moja mara ya pili unatoka. But if it is simple, so let's also learn, engage an expert, then learn how to do it so that it doesn't cost you money. So let's go into what are the opportunities out here. Number one, I know there's a lot of opportunity, like Immaculate had said, online. Online is bado ni kitu mpya hapa Kenya. There are those people who wanashindaga online the whole day. Utampata tu akona net, atakuwa online, anashare memes. Sisemi kushare memes ni mbaya, kwa sababu mnatujengaga sana watu wa memes. Mungu aendelee kuwabariki. You make our days. So unashare memes, unaenda huko Kilimani Moms, ni moshene the whole day. So how can you, what are these new opportunities that are there that you are seeing that you can tell us that we can take advantage of? So karibuni. Kama kawaida raise hand, tukiendelea. Mkisikia makelele niko na iron sheet na huku ni ushago kunanyesha, so mtaniwia radhi.
I can go first. I know this sounds absurd, but sometimes, especially wale wase wametoka kampo, just write CVs and walk into different offices and drop your CV. Sometimes usingoje tu watu wa share the opportunities outside here. Like me, I remember when I was in campus, my first job that I got, I actually walked in into the office and dropped my CV, nikafanya like the internship. Then afterwards, after the internship, graduate, walinipatia job, and that was my first job. So sometimes just walk into those offices, drop your CVs, and just interact with whoever you find there. unaweza land yourself a job. Yes.
Thank you very much, Jolie, for that. I will insist on building relationships. Build relationships. This relationship, I got in contact with some of us for a platform to say, I have an opportunity and I need you guys to recommend people to me. Number, what happens? Hata peana namba yako. Immaculate, karibu.
Umeuliza what other opportunities ziko online, and one of them that I have seen people are starting to embrace ni kama virtual assistants. Let's say mtu wako majuu and they have a lot to do but they can't do everything. They are just trying to get people even in remote areas to help with some of the easy tasks. It can be to do calls, to schedule meetings, virtual assistants. Another one I have seen, it can be a one-time job ama a long-term job, ni kama nataka kuwaita mini micro-influencers kama wa Twitter. A person has a product ama a topic that they want to promote on a certain day, or they have a campaign that they want to run. So they look for a group of people, a number of people who can push that agenda out. And there are people who are being paid from that, whether by companies who are selling products. Actually, politicians also do that to make their whatever trends, their campaigns trend. Organizations also do that. So campaigns are also something else I'm seeing coming up online. So those two are the ones that came to mind right now, but kuna so many other online opportunities zenye ziko sawa.
I think Raymond probably network yake was an issue. Maybe we can continue share opportunities that we are thinking of, or the opportunities out there for young people. Maureen, I can see your hand up.
Thank you, Julie. Yesterday I was listening to someone who's probably trending right now, but I really loved what he said. It's Jamal Rosafi. I think he's the chairman of Matatus. Yeah. So he said something that really caught my attention yesterday, and he said that learn to look for opportunities where there are crises. So right now that there's COVID, what opportunities are we looking at? What gaps are we looking to close or to cover? So yeah, just try to. I think this is just food for thought. Learn to look for opportunities where there are crises, especially right now. What will we need post-COVID? When COVID comes to an end, what do you think people will need? Or even now during COVID, what is that people need? Even something as simple as starting a website so that you can deliver things to people. So please learn to see opportunities in crisis. Yeah, so mine is, I don't have any, I can't think of any opportunity right now, but just a food for thought.
Thank you, Maureen. Anyone else? Maybe from my side, some just get into these online spaces, writing, transcriptions. They really give some little, not necessarily at a little, they give, you can earn yourself some pocket money from just transcribing someone's work, or that is another opportunity that young people can venture in. Anyone else? Or Diana?
Yeah, my question is for you, Jolie and Immaculate. So you mentioned that it's possible for young people to get these online jobs. So now my question is, could you share some of the websites you use to get these job opportunities with us, maybe in the chat somewhere?
Okay, we'll do that. Also, you can check Relief Web. Relief Web has some really most job opportunities, they advertise regularly, so you can check on that. But for the online writings and transcriptions, that one you can just be searching and you'll just get them. Because those ones mostly are not available in these like websites after jobs. Those ones you have to look out for them. Immaculate?
What I'd say about that, just as Jolie you have said, those ones are not necessarily normally advertised for, like the campaign ones. I know there is a person who had asked my brother some time ago too. There was a 2-day campaign that they were pushing electronic products and they wanted to pay him 10,000 for those 2 days, just to keep on tweeting and talking about products from that company. So for those, it's more of people who are interested in that area maybe. So what I'd maybe suggest is just learn on how to do that effectively, and then probably be in spaces where kuna kuanga na watu wanakuanga na those contacts for micro-influencing. That's the first thing, but learning is so important. Yeah.
Rashid,
But again,
sorry, Immaculate.
Right now, there are also a lot of opportunities of businesses looking for like social media directors, social media managers, digital marketing consultants. I'm not sure, but kuna a lot of online marketing jobs and sales for online. So the most important thing I think is just learn how to do it so that when you get such opportunities, you can manage to do it. But I've seen a couple of job advertisements on sales and marketing companies who want to start doing it online.
Rashid.
Okay, good evening guys. So
good evening.
Nimeona mnaongelea zile opportunities zenye mtu anafaa focus on. So just wanted to say that also we need to focus on our talents. Talent yako inaweza kucreate can give you a job opportunity in the sense that rather than tu unaifanya like for personal benefit or something, kama maybe unajua kuchora, unaweza kuwa unachora alafu like you try like sasa history online, you share those things online, alafu if you share with 1 or 2 people ita build network yako, then people will always want to kureach out juu maybe unajua kunini kuchora kaa story na kupiga picha. For example, if you're a good photographer, also make sure you share. Siku hizi kila kitu imerudi online, but kama kuna talent inaweza kupatia pia a big opportunity nowadays.
Yeah, I totally agree with the talent part. Job.
Good evening, everyone. Hello.
Good evening.
Oh, my name is Job.
Hello, we can hear you.
You can hear me? My name is
yes,
Job.
we can.
I'm sorry for joining late, but I've heard you are talking about opportunities that are available. Some of the opportunities I can advise everyone is to join these leadership programs that you normally have. Currently, you have ongoing application for Emerging Leaders Foundation in partnership with ABLI and Bible Society of Kenya, where most of us or everyone can join.
where they're going to learn about leadership, and after that, they will offer you some internship or some recommendation that will help you in internship. And then lastly is to encourage all my fellow youth. Just where there is a crisis, there is opportunity. I can say COVID-19 came with the opportunity. For example, I'm just that person of social event, organizing event and doing more mentorship and talk. But COVID-19 taught me about business and everything, and about agriculture and everything. And now I'm a bamboga and a cowshman. So I'll tell you, wherever you see opportunity, just start from small and you'll grow. Don't let your papers make you a slave. Whatever the place you are, you can do something great. I started selling charcoals and have a degree, but now I can tell you I'm a businessman and I love business and a daycare and a school. So I normally believe start small and grow as a youth. Opportunity normally come when you are on the way of the opportunity. Whatever you're doing is where you're going to network and meet more people. Just be open, just try to apply different leadership programs, network with friends, and make sure you network, meaningful networking. Our friends who will push you to achieve something small. Because these days you're just doing networking, but we need to do amazing networking with friends who can help us. That is my last thing, is to wish everyone all the best. Let us keep on pushing. As youth, you have a part to change the nation. Our country is going the wrong side. But when we work together and raise our voice, we're going to have a better society. Thank you, wishing you all the best. Good night.
Thank you. Maureen and Rashid, I can see your hands are still up. Do you have something to say?
Yeah, I think as Job was talking, I've remembered something. There is an app called Youth Opportunities. That opportunity has internship opportunities, it has fellowship opportunities, and it has scholarship opportunities. So please, guys, apply. And I'm telling you, most people don't apply for these things because they think, sitapata ama, I won't proceed to the next level. But true, I have applied for something and I got it from that app. So please, guys, if you have the chance, you have the bundles, you have a phone or whatever device, please just download that app. Check for fellowship programs, and most fellowship programs are also paying. So if you're passionate about any field, business, mental health, journalism, whatever field you're interested in, they have fellowship programs for that. They also have internship programs, even in the UN, and most of the time to apply jobs and people are not applying. So you can imagine how many people are fearing to apply jobs in such places. So there are no people applying in general. So learn to take that risk and just apply. Yeah, so that application is called Youth Opportunities. Yeah, I think it's Youth Opportunities of Young People.
Thank you, Maureen. Rashid, do you still have something to say?
Yeah, just to add on what Maureen has said, was thinking that naonanga siku hizi unapata maybe where job imekuwa advertised, but now they are saying that that particular job, you need to have, let's say, 3 years experience, or maybe 2 years experience, maybe we own experience yoyote. So you're like, hata ukiapply hiyo job, hakuna haja, like you're wasting time, meaning I will just
Rashid, we are losing you. Is it me alone?
Youths, you cannot qualify for it. You just chance angaliangi. Nasema, are you hearing me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
I was saying, like, even if you don't have that experience, you just apply. You never know. Inaweza kuwa ni bahati yako. So hiyo ndio nilikuwa nataka kusema.
Okay, thank you so much, Rashid. I think we we might not have exhausted everything, but I think the opportunities that people have shared, kindly look out to them and reach out. And I can agree with Rashid on the ISOMA 3 years, 5 years experience. Hata kama una experience, just apply. Sometimes people wanaogopanga tu apply. Na unapata una apply, unaitwa interview. So apply for it, whether it's 10, whether it's 5, whether it's 3. 33, wow. Whether it's 3, just try, apply for it. And one thing I always say, like, if that opportunity is yours, it will be yours. So I'll invite Immaculate to conclude the session, and thank you so much for everyone who joined and participated. It has been a very interactive session, and I have loved it. Immaculate.
Thank you so much, Jolie, for taking us through that amazing session. And thank you so much to Raymond in absentia as well for taking us through some part of the session. Thank you so much, Maureen, for helping us in moderation, introductions, and to everyone else who was able to be part of the discussion. Thank you so much for creating time. I know it's at night, we want to rest, we want to relax after a very long, tiring day. So for taking time out of that schedule, thank you so much. I really hope that we were able to gain something and benefit from today's discussion. And today's discussion was because when we go to the virtual support groups that we have bi-weekly, this topic on financial crisis is one topic that keeps on coming up every single time. And that is where we thought, let's share ideas among ourselves, talk about what different people are doing so that we see where we can borrow. So I really hope that you are able to benefit something, and we will take action plans from here, whether it's now to see what skill you can add, what course you can do, who to network with, who to link up with. I hope we'll now have maybe some clarity on also what you might be interested in. So I'm really, really hoping that we'll be able to now start planning and starting to just see how we can improve ourselves even financially as we continue taking care of our mental health. I see Rashid's hand is up. I don't know if it was from the past, or it's for now. Rashid.
I think yung mkono just nini don't nini.
Sawa. Haya, unless there are any questions, I think we are coming to the end of the session. Anyone who wants to ask a question, comment, any AOB is welcome at this point. We are also going to share the post survey. Jolie has shared it. Kindly fill in so that we know if the session was helpful, if there's anything we need to improve on. Yes, it is really, really going to help in continued planning for this session. Yes. So thank you so much to everyone. And let's fill the survey. We'll take like 2 minutes. And then after we fill it, we can finish the meeting officially.
Immaculate?
Yes?
Maybe if there's anyone with any business ideas or the businesses they'd wish us to, they'd like to advertise, will they do it?
Yes. Because the session, I think, is now open to all of us. Yes. Anyone who has any business that they're doing, they'd like to inform people about it, tell us how we can get in touch. Right now is a good time. Yes. maybe on that note, Maureen, kama watu hawataki kujiadvertise, tunaogopa. But I can mention that I am doing trainings on how you can use social media for your business. For example, if you're a counselor, what social media strategies can you employ and what can you start doing? If you have a business that deals with products like jewelry or perfumes or such kind of stuff, what social media strategies would work well for your business as compared to someone offering services. So I do training to businesses on how they can use social media and digital opportunities for their businesses. Yes.
Mtu anainua mkono ama anaweza ongea tu direct.
Unaweza endelea tu.
Sawa. I run a charity organization called The Big Family. So if kuna anytime tuko na event yenye inahusiana charity, anaweza maybe to contact kwa Facebook yetu. Big Family. I also run a thinking company. Tuka uko na gari na unataka hiyo chini. Unaweza nitafuta pia.
Mr. Warigi, sauti yako imeenda chini halfway through the conversation. Maybe you can check. Hatukusikii poa sana.
Sorry, nilikuwa nasema pia na run a tinting company yenye tuna tint vioo za gari. So if you have a car, you can also nitafuta John Warigi to Facebook. Yeah, thank you.
Vivian, you can go ahead.
Okay, currently I'm working in conjunction with the Nairobi Early Intervention Center. So when you're in need of maybe a speech therapist or a special needs teacher, you can holler at me, or you can log into our website at Nairobi Early Intervention Center on Facebook too. Besides that, I do a laundry business and nightwear. So you can check up Noella Collection, or you can check up my my Instagram at Priscilla_I am. Thank you.
Anyone else who would like to go? Feel free to post in the chat if you are done with the post survey.
I think we can conclude the meeting because I see people have started leaving.
Julie, thank you for sharing Oyaro's collection on Instagram. I'm following you right away. Julie, we didn't hear you. Oh, yes. Yeah, I think we can conclude the meeting. Thank you so much again to everyone who was able to join into the session. Let's feel free to continue. Thank you so much. Let's feel free to continue these conversations even in our WhatsApp groups. We have maybe WhatsApp groups where we got to know about this session. So let's feel free to continue interacting, continue sharing about what we do, and networking people with people who might know other businesses like that, or linking them up. But it was such an amazing session. I have learned so much from you guys, and I hope that we will grow together and even become better financially.